All right, everyone, listen up because this is serious. The clock is ticking, and if you haven't started stocking up, now is the time to act. We're heading into January, and with inflation still climbing, reports of crop shortages, and ongoing supply chain disruptions, the reality of possible food shortages is closer than you think. But don't worry, we've got you covered. This isn't just about filling your pantry with random items. No, these are the 30 essential grocery products you'll wish you had when things get tough and prices skyrocket. Think of them as your safety net, your go-to survival kit when store shelves are empty, and you need to rely on what you already have. These are the items that will keep your meals on track, provide essential nutrients, and save you from the stress of trying to hunt them down later. Trust me, you don't want to look back in a couple of months and think, I really should have bought that. If staying prepared matters to you, grab a notebook or open your Notes app because you'll want to remember these. This is your chance to get ahead of the curve, tackle the chaos, and secure what you need while you still can. Stick around to the end to make sure you don't miss a single item. Number 30, Spam. Wait, before you roll your eyes, stick with me on this one. Spam is hands down a survival superstar, and here's why. This isn't just a can of mystery meat sitting idly on a store shelf. It's an unsung hero of crisis preparedness. Hormel's Spam has earned its reputation as one of the most enduring and versatile food items you can buy. Think of it as the meat with a superhero-like shelf life. When fresh protein sources vanish, having a stash of Spam could make all the difference. Packed with protein, fat, and energy-dense calories, Spam isn't just food, it's fuel. During emergencies, maintaining energy levels is critical, and Spam delivers exactly what your body will desperately need. Whether the grocery store aisles are empty or refrigeration fails, this little can of meat has your back. It's designed to last, making it a must-have for long-term storage. And the versatility? Unmatched. Fry it up for a savory, crispy treat, dice it into a hearty soup or stew, toss it with rice, or pair it with whatever odds and ends you have in your pantry. If the situation gets truly dire, you can even eat it straight from the can. No preparation necessary. It's survival food at its finest. Spam isn't just a quirky canned meat product. It's been a literal lifesaver through wars, economic crises, and uncertainties. When times get tough, you'll be thankful you stocked up. Don't make the mistake of underestimating its value. Picture this. Fresh meat disappears overnight and you're left scrambling. That's not the time to regret skipping over the Spam section at the store. If there's one takeaway here, it's this. Spam is a tiny, shelf-stable miracle you'll wish you had when your options run out. Stockpile it now before January hits, because in a crisis, Spam just might be your most reliable VIP, very important protein. Number 29, canned chili. Coming in at number 29 on our list is canned chili, your ultimate survival comfort food. We're talking the classics like Hormel or Wolf brand, the kind of stuff that's been a pantry staple for decades. And trust me, these cans are gold when things get tough. Picture this. You're out of fresh meat. The power's been out for days. And cooking a full-blown meal is out of the question. But no worries, you've got canned chili. This ready-to-go meal provides protein, carbohydrates, fats, and just the right kick of flavor, all packed into one convenient can. The beauty of canned chili is that it's as simple as it gets. Just heat and eat. No slicing, no dicing, no seasoning needed because it's already seasoned to perfection. Imagine being stuck on a cold night with no fresh food in sight. That's when this stuff becomes a lifesaver. A quick warm-up over a camp flame, portable stove, or even a simple fire, and you've got a steaming, hearty meal that fuels you up and lifts your spirits. It's like a hug in food form. Seriously, what makes canned chili such a must-have is not just its taste, but its longevity. These cans can sit on your shelf for years, without losing a shred of quality. And when you finally crack one open, the warm, savory aroma reminds you why you stocked up in the first place. No need to scramble for spices or try to invent a makeshift stew during a crisis. Canned chili gives you all the flavors you need without the hassle. Whether you're prepping for a snowstorm, a blackout, or just want a quick, reliable meal in an emergency, canned chili is a rock-solid addition to any stockpile. It's filling, delicious, and always ready to save the day when you need it most. Number 28, dry yeast. All right, here's one you absolutely don't want to overlook. Dry yeast. Think about it. When you're prepping your stockpile, it's not just cans of beans and endless packs of pasta. You need something versatile, something that can turn basic staples into real, hearty meals. That's where dry yeast comes in. This tiny powerhouse of a packet is a game changer. Seriously, if you think you can skip out on this, think again. Picture this for a second. The grocery shelves are wiped clean, no bread to be found, and you're staring at a bag of flour wondering what to do. Without yeast, it's not just tough to bake bread, it's impossible. But with yeast, you've got options. You can make fresh bread that will fill your home with that satisfying, comforting aroma. Want pizza? You can whip up some homemade pizza dough. Craving something simple? Rolls, flatbreads, even a basic dough for frying. You name it, yeast has got you covered. It's not just a pantry item, it's a survival tool for creating comfort and sustenance during tough times. What's even better? Yeast isn't some fragile, short-lived thing. Stored properly, especially in the freezer, it can last for months or even years. That means you're not just prepping for next week, you're prepping for the long haul. And when others are stuck eating bland, boxed food, you'll be baking fresh bread that's soft, warm, and incredibly satisfying. Having yeast in your stockpile is like storing independence. You're not leaving your daily essentials up to chance or the reliability of grocery stores. Bread alone is a staple in almost every culture. And with dry yeast on hand, you've got the power to make it from scratch whenever you need it. Number 27, bouillon cubes. All right, coming in at number 27 on this must-stock-up list is something small but mighty, bouillon cubes. These tiny flavor bombs might not look like much, but when it comes to survival and pantry preparedness, they are absolute game changers. Imagine this. You're knee-deep into your stockpile, pulling out yet another meal of plain rice, beans, or maybe some unseasoned pasta. It's bland, right? That's where bouillon cubes come to the rescue. Brands like Knorr, Herbox, or Better Than Bouillon are the secret weapons you didn't know your survival pantry needed. Drop one of these into boiling water, and suddenly that boring, tasteless meal becomes something packed with flavor. It's the quickest and easiest way to turn something dull into something you might actually look forward to eating. And listen, in a survival situation, keeping your morale up is just as important as staying full. A little flavor boost can seriously make all the difference when every day starts to feel the same. Not only are bouillon cubes amazing for giving your food some much-needed personality, but they're also surprisingly practical. They're high in sodium, and while that might sound like a negative in normal times, it's actually a big plus in a crisis. Sodium helps maintain your electrolyte levels, especially if you're sweating from physical labor or dealing with hot conditions. Plus, these cubes take up almost no space in your pantry, and they have a super long shelf life. You'll thank yourself later for stocking up, because the last thing you want is every meal tasting like soggy cardboard. The bottom line? Bouillon cubes might be small, but their impact is huge. Make sure to add them to your list before it's too late. Number 26, grits, the unsung hero of survival foods. Grits! You heard that right? Grits. They're not just a southern breakfast tradition. They could be what saves you when the going gets tough. And we're not talking about just any grits here. Look for reliable, long-lasting brands like Quaker or Bob's Red Mill. These are pantry powerhouses, and they've earned their spot on this list of essential stockpile foods. Why, you ask? Because grits are survival fuel, plain and simple. When your options are running low, you're going to be grateful for a food that checks all the boxes. Filling, packed with energy, easy to cook, and capable of keeping you full for hours. Plus, grits are super high in carbs, which means they'll fuel your body for whatever comes next. Whether it's chopping firewood, hiking for supplies, or just braving a harsh winter. Here's the beauty of grits. They're shelf-stable for years. That's right, years. They're lightweight, compact, and can survive in storage through the toughest times. But the best part? All they need to transform into a hearty, warming meal is water and a little heat. Picture this. It's freezing outside, and you're staring at a pot of plain, flavorless rice. Now imagine switching that out for a steaming, buttery bowl of grits. It's like night and day. And don't think grits have to be boring. Stir in a teaspoon of ghee for richness. Toss in some canned meat or dried veggies, and suddenly you've got yourself a meal that's nutritious, filling, and morale-boosting. They're also dirt cheap and available almost everywhere, making them one of the most economical survival foods out there. Don't make the mistake of overlooking grits. When times get hard, you'll wish you had them in your stash. Cheap, versatile, and built to last, they deserve a front-row seat in your pantry. Stock up before January, you'll thank yourself later. Number 25, powdered eggs. The ultimate game changer for your emergency pantry. If you're not already stocking up on powdered eggs, it's time to rethink your preparedness strategy. These are no longer the bland, outdated survival foods of the past. Modern brands like Augustin Farms and Ova Easy have revolutionized powdered eggs, offering products with incredible shelf lives of up to 10 years. That's right, 10 years of having eggs ready to whip up at a moment's notice. Think about it. Eggs are among the most versatile protein sources you can find. They're a complete protein, meaning they contain all the essential amino acids your body needs to stay strong and energized. even when other protein options like fresh meat or dairy are out of reach. When your pantry is stocked with powdered eggs, you're not just preparing for survival, you're preparing to thrive. Here's where powdered eggs truly shine. They're ridiculously easy to use. Just add water, and you've got instant eggs ready to scramble, bake, or mix into your favorite recipes. Imagine making casseroles, pancakes, or even bread when fresh eggs are a thing of the past. No refrigeration means zero spoilage and no wasted food. And the best part? These powdered heroes are lightweight, compact, and built for long-term storage, making them the ultimate convenience for anyone serious about stocking up. Picture yourself in a future where grocery stores run empty and fresh proteins become a distant luxury. While others are struggling to find alternatives, you could be enjoying hearty meals enriched with the familiar, comforting nutrition of eggs. Powdered eggs aren't just a pantry item, they're a lifeline. When times get tough, these little wonders will feel like gold in your hands. Don't wait until it's too late. Make powdered eggs a priority now, and thank yourself later. Number 24, instant coffee. This one's a game changer. All right, folks, let's talk about one of the most underrated heroes of your stockpile, instant coffee. Some of you might think, do I really need coffee in a crisis? But trust me on this. When life gets tough, you're going to want caffeine on your side. A world without coffee is not a world you want to brave unprepared. Here's the deal. Instant coffee, whether it's Folgers, Nescafe, or whatever brand you prefer, isn't just a nice addition to your shelves. No, it's a survival essential. Not convinced? Picture yourself facing long, grueling days trying to manage a crisis without that morning jolt of energy. It's not pretty, is it? You'll need that caffeine kick more than ever when energy reserves are running low and morale is even lower. That warm, rich cup will be the fuel that keeps you going, physically and mentally. What makes instant coffee such a standout prepping item is its near-eternal shelf life. Unlike ground coffee, which can go stale pretty quickly, instant coffee is designed to last. Store it in a cool, dry place, and it'll be ready when you need it most. Plus, it's ridiculously easy to make. No power? No problem. You don't need a fancy espresso machine or electricity. Just some hot water. And in seconds, you've got a steaming mug in your hands. Simple, efficient, and satisfying. And here's another reason instant coffee is a genius stockpiling by its barter potential. Imagine the value of a warm cup of coffee in hard times. People will willingly trade useful goods or even luxury items to get their hands on a bit of caffeine. It's the kind of commodity that becomes pure gold when resources are scarce. Bottom line, you don't just want instant coffee in your stash, you need it! It's your ticket to sanity when the world feels chaotic, an energy booster when exhaustion creeps in, and even a way to trade your way to something essential. Don't skip this one. Number 23, canned meats. All right, folks, let's talk about a survival superstar you absolutely need in your stockpile, canned meats. Trust me, these little cans of protein-packed goodness are lifesavers when the chips are down. Brands like Hormel's Spam, Keystone's canned beef, and Chicken of the Seas tuna aren't just about convenience. They're a critical part of keeping you and your family nourished when fresh meat becomes a rare luxury. Why are canned meats so important? It's simple. When fresh food is gone, protein is what you'll miss the most. And protein is the building block that keeps your body running strong. It fuels your energy, helps maintain muscle, and even keeps your immune system in fighting shape. Without it, you won't just feel tired. You'll struggle to keep up with the demands of a survival situation. That's why canned meats are more than food. They're survival insurance. What makes these even better is their crazy long shelf life. We're talking years, folks. These cans don't just sit there. They wait patiently for when you need them. Another big win? They're incredibly versatile. You can pop them open and eat them cold when you're in a pinch or get creative. Pair them with rice. Add them to a stew or slap some onto crackers for a satisfying meal when resources are slim. If you've got some bread tucked away, congratulations. You've officially got sandwiches in the apocalypse. Imagine the chaos of a crisis all around you. But there you are sitting down to a warm, hearty plate of protein-packed canned meat. Stocking up on these now is a no-brainer. Number 22, pasta. Pasta might seem like a simple pantry item, but when it comes to survival situations, it's an absolute game changer. Whether it's Barilla, Ronzoni, or even that off-brand box hiding in the back of your cupboard, pasta can seriously shine when resources are tight. With just some water and a little bit of heat, you can whip up a meal that isn't just filling, but also comforting. A real boost when times get tough. Why is pasta such a standout item to stockpile? For starters, it's incredibly shelf-stable. Pasta easily lasts for years if stored properly, which means you can tuck it away today and forget about it until you really need it. When other carb-heavy staples like bread or rice are in short supply, pasta effortlessly steps in to provide the fuel and energy your body craves. It's lightweight, takes up minimal storage space, and is practically indestructible compared to some other food options. But what makes pasta truly special is its versatility. Pair it with a can of meat like tuna or chicken, and you've got yourself a protein-packed meal. Throw in some powdered cheese or a pre-made sauce from a jar, and suddenly your simple pasta becomes comfort food on another level. Even if all you've got is a bit of oil or butter and some salt, it will still keep you going while lifting your spirits. Stocking up on pasta is like stocking up on a survival tool. It's not just food. It's a morale booster and a reliable source of energy rolled into one. When other options fail, pasta is there to make sure your meals are not only practical, but satisfying. You'll thank yourself later for having this inexpensive yet invaluable staple in your pantry. Number 21. Salt, the hidden survival hero. When it comes to stockpiling, salt is the unsung hero that you absolutely must have in your survival stash. Seriously, leaving this one out would be a major mistake. Whether it's table salt, sea salt, Himalayan pink salt, or even plain old Morton's, just grab as much as you can get your hands on because salt is so much more than just a seasoning. Sure, it makes food taste great, which is a big morale booster when you're stuck eating the same basic meals day after day. But its true value goes way beyond flavor. It's one of the oldest and most reliable preservatives in human history. Imagine trying to preserve meat or other perishables without it. You'd be out of luck. And when you're in survival mode, keeping food from spoiling is critical. Salt isn't just a luxury. It's an essential tool for ensuring you and your family have something edible when supplies are hard to come by. Not to mention, salt is an essential electrolyte that keeps your body functioning properly, especially when you're in high-stress situations or working extra hard. Without the proper balance of electrolytes, you're at risk of serious fatigue, dehydration, and other health complications, none of which you can afford when survival is on the line. And here's the cherry on top. Salt literally never expires. Yep, you heard that right. Unlike other pantry items that go bad after a few years, salt can sit on your shelf for decades and still work perfectly. Whether you're curing meat, flavoring dull rations, or even creating a saline solution for wound care, salt is an absolute powerhouse. Number 20. Honey. All right, survival enthusiasts, let's talk about one of nature's miraculous gifts. Honey, the golden nectar that could save the day in a survival situation. If you're building your emergency stockpile, you need to include honey. Some excellent brands to check out are Nature Nate's, Bee Harmony, or even better, find a trusted local beekeeper for some high-quality local honey. Here's the deal. Honey isn't just a sweet treat for your tea or toast. It's one of the most versatile and essential items you can have in your pantry. Why? For starters, honey has virtually an infinite shelf life. That's right, honey doesn't spoil. Archaeologists have even found jars of honey in ancient tombs that were still perfectly edible. Over time, it might crystallize, but don't toss it out. Just warm it up gently, and it's as good as new. Now let's talk survival benefits. Honey is packed with natural sugars, making it an excellent source of quick, natural energy. If you're feeling drained, just a spoonful can give you the boost you need. But it doesn't stop there. Honey is also a natural healer. Thanks to its antibacterial properties, you can use it to clean wounds or soothe minor burns, making it a dual-purpose powerhouse for your kit. Imagine adding honey to plain oatmeal, tea, or even water when you've got limited supplies. Not only does it enhance the flavor, but it also gives you a much-needed energy kick. Plus, it's like an immune system booster in a jar. Honey is loaded with antioxidants, enzymes, and nutrients that can keep your body healthier when fresh food might be hard to come by. Stock up on honey today, not just because it's a delicious treat, but because it's an irreplaceable survival item. When other sweeteners and quick energy options are long gone, honey will still be shining bright as your go-to golden ticket for energy, health, and even first aid. Don't skip this one, folks. Your future self will thank you. Number 19, peanut butter. All right, folks, let's talk about one of the tastiest and most essential survival foods out there, peanut butter. Whether you're a fan of Jif, Skippy, or all-natural peanut butter with no frills, this spread is an absolute must-have in your stockpile. Why? Because it's not just a delicious treat, it's a nutritional powerhouse that can get you through some of the toughest times. Peanut butter is a calorie-dense, shelf-stable food that's packed with protein and healthy fats. When you're facing uncertain days and limited fresh food options, this little jar can deliver the energy and nutrients you need to keep going. It's an incredibly versatile item, too. Spread it on crackers, mix it into your oatmeal for a hearty breakfast. Or, honestly, just grab a spoon and eat it straight from the jar for an instant energy boost. Trust me, it's not just food, it's comfort in a jar. And here's the thing that makes peanut butter a true survival MVP. It doesn't need refrigeration. You can store it in your pantry for months, even years, depending on the brand, and it'll still be good to eat when you need it most. That long shelf life is a lifesaver when you're preparing for emergencies or uncertainty. But hold up, here's a pro tip. When you're buying peanut butter, try to go for the natural kind without added sugar or hydrogenated oils. Not only will it last longer in storage, but it's also better for your health. Plus, the taste of pure, creamy, or crunchy peanut butter is unbeatable when you're stuck eating the same bland foods day after day. You'd be surprised how much of a morale boost a single spoonful can provide when times are tough. This is one item you definitely don't want to skip while stockpiling. Peanut butter is not just food, it's fuel, comfort, and survival in one compact jar. Make sure to add it to your list before it's too late. 18. Canned fish. Don't underestimate the power of canned fish when it comes to stocking your pantry for tough times. Whether it's tuna, salmon, or sardines, having a variety of canned fish on hand is an absolute game changer. Brands like Chicken of the Sea, Starkist, and Wild Planet make this pantry staple not only accessible, but also packed with essential nutrients. Canned fish is incredibly rich in protein, omega-3 fatty acids, and other vital nutrients that support brain health, heart health, and your immune system. When fresh protein isn't an option, you'll be glad you turned to this resilient and reliable food source. What makes canned fish so amazing is its versatility. Open a can and eat it straight away if you're in a pinch. Or get creative with your meals. Add it to rice or pasta, top a salad, make a quick sandwich, or mix it into a comforting casserole. The possibilities are endless, and you'll never feel like you're eating the same thing over and over again. Plus, it doesn't require refrigeration. It's lightweight, and it has an impressively long shelf life, sometimes lasting up to 5 years if stored properly. That's food security right there. When the shelves in your local store grow empty and fresh food becomes hard to find, that stockpile of canned fish will seem like one of the smartest investments you've made. It provides the energy and nourishment you need in a convenient, easy-to-store format. If you haven't started stockpiling canned fish yet, now's the time. Trust me, you'll regret not having this survival superfood when you need it most. Number 17. Crackers. Now, you might not think of crackers as a must-have survival food, but you'd better believe they're an underrated powerhouse when it comes to stockpiling. Picture saltines, Ritz, or even hearty Triscuits. They're lightweight, easy to store, and can last quite a while when sealed properly. The beauty of crackers is their sheer versatility. Got peanut butter in your stash? Pair it with crackers for a quick filling snack. Got canned tuna, meats, or chunks of cheese in your supplies? Crackers become the perfect vehicle to turn those basic ingredients into something enjoyable. Even by themselves, crackers can keep you going when you're in need of a quick energy boost. Here's the thing, survival situations are stressful. Your usual comforts like fresh bread, pastries, or warm meals might not be around. That's where the humble cracker steps in to save the day. That satisfying crunch, combined with just enough flavor to avoid blandness, can make a surprisingly comforting meal or snack. And unlike bread, which might go stale or moldy within days, crackers can last for months or even years if stored properly. They're also highly portable, which means if you have to grab your go bag and hit the road, crackers are easy to toss in without worrying about extra weight or storage issues. Another reason they're a game changer. Sometimes you just need a break from the monotony of basic rice or pasta dishes. Adding crackers into your rotation can help mix things up a bit, providing a much-needed change of pace. Whether you're topping them with something savory or just munching on them plain, they offer an element of variety that can boost your morale during hard times. Trust me, when food options start to dwindle, having a stash of crackers will feel like pure luxury. Don't wait until it's too late. Add them to your pantry now and thank yourself later. 16. Dried herbs and spices. Transform bland into brilliant. When it comes to long-term food storage, dried herbs and spices are the unsung heroes of your pantry. And trust me, you don't want to overlook them. While they might not be food in the traditional sense, these tiny jars packed with flavor are absolute game changers in survival cooking. Imagine it's January. Food supplies are tight and you're living off a steady diet of rice, beans, or pasta. Day in and day out, the lack of flavor can sap your spirits. That's where a stash of dried herbs and spices comes to the rescue. Stocking up on spices like salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika, chili powder, basil, oregano, curry powder, and others gives you the power to completely transform bland meals. Even basic ingredients can become savory, warming, and satisfying with the right touch of seasoning. You might even surprise yourself by creating gourmet-tasting dishes from the simplest of supplies. But these are more than just flavor boosters. Many herbs and spices come with impressive health benefits too. For instance, garlic and turmeric are known for their anti-inflammatory properties, while cinnamon can help regulate blood sugar levels. When every bite counts, the added health boost from these spices could make a huge difference to your well-being. Not to mention they're incredibly easy to store. Dried herbs and spices, when kept in a cool, dry place, can last for years without losing their potency, making them one of the most efficient and reliable items to stockpile. Survival isn't just about calories and nutrients, it's about morale, too. A great meal can lift spirits, foster creativity, and keep you motivated no matter the challenges. If there's one thing you'll wish you had more of when food gets boring, it's flavor. Start building your spice collection now. It'll be the investment you thank yourself for later. Number 15, powdered milk. All right, folks, here's the deal. Powdered milk might not sound like the most exciting thing to stockpile, but trust me on this one. It's a survival game changer. Picture this. Store shelves wiped bare, the chaos of shortages all around, and you're out of fresh milk. What do? Enter powdered milk, the unsung hero of long-term food storage. Now, I'm not talking about the chalky, tasteless stuff you might remember from years ago. Brands like Nestle Nido or Augason Farms have cracked the code. They've managed to make powdered milk that actually tastes like the real deal. Whether you're adding it to your coffee, pouring it over cereal, or using it in baking, powdered milk has you covered. It's not just a backup for drinking. It's the secret weapon for keeping your meals creamy and your recipes on point. From soups and sauces to desserts, it's a multitasker in the truest sense. But wait, why stop at taste and versatility? The nutritional value is where powdered milk solidifies its spot in your stockpile. It's packed with essentials like calcium, vitamin D, and protein, all critical for staying strong, keeping your bones in fighting shape, and maintaining your energy during tough times. Even in the most uncertain situations, you need proper nutrients, and powdered milk delivers. Here's the kicker, it lasts forever. Okay, maybe not forever, but its shelf life will definitely outlast most foods in your pantry. With this kind of longevity, powdered milk should be a staple in any survival setup. It can save you in a pinch, feed your family, and keep you healthy when fresh dairy feels like a distant memory. Trust me, don't sleep on powdered milk. Number 14, rolled oats. Next up on our list of must-have survival items is rolled oats. Whether they're Quaker, Bob's Red Mill, or another favorite brand you trust, make sure to grab some to add to your stockpile. You might not think much about oats during your regular grocery runs, but when it comes to survival planning, these little flakes are a true powerhouse. Rolled oats are lightweight, incredibly shelf-stable, and packed full of nutrients qualities that make them one of the best foods to keep on hand for emergencies. These aren't just your typical breakfast food. They're versatile and can stretch your meal options during tough times. Sure, you can start your morning with a hearty bowl of oatmeal, but oats can be so much more. Think soups, casseroles, freshly baked survival bread, or even homemade energy bars to keep you fueled on the go. Rolled oats can do it all. And that makes a huge difference when every scrap of food matters. One of the biggest advantages of oats is the fiber they bring to the table. If you're stuck living off canned goods or processed foods in a stressful situation, fiber becomes your digestive system's best friend. It keeps your gut happy, your energy stable, and your body functioning as it should. Plus, after a while, most survival foods can take a toll on your stomach, but rolled oats help bring much-needed balance. On top of that, rolled oats are affordable, long-lasting, and ridiculously versatile. You can stock up now without breaking the bank, and they can sit comfortably in your pantry for months, even years without going bad if stored properly. Imagine waking up during an emergency situation and having more than yet another bowl of plain rice to look forward to. Oats can genuinely break the monotony and keep your meals interesting. If you haven't started stockpiling oats yet, now's the time. Trust me, they'll be one of the best investments in your survival food stash. Once you realize their potential, you'll never look at that oatmeal aisle the same way again. Number 13, vinegar. You might not think about it often, but vinegar is one of the most underrated items you can stockpile. Whether it's classic white vinegar or raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar from brands like Heinz or Bragg's, this isn't just an everyday cooking staple, it's a survival powerhouse, and you'll regret not having it when you need it most. Think about this for a second. Vinegar doesn't just season your food. It's a disinfectant, a preservative, and even a water purifier when the situation gets desperate. Imagine this scenario. You're stuck with dirty or questionable water in a crisis. By adding a small amount of vinegar, you can help make it safer to drink, though it's no replacement for proper filtration. Or picture this. Your fridge has gone out, and you need to keep your food from spoiling. Turns out, vinegar is a natural preservative that's been used for centuries to keep food fresh, even without refrigeration. But that's not all. It's also a reliable cleaning agent. Ran out of your regular surface cleaners? Vinegar can sanitize surfaces, prep fruits and vegetables by reducing bacteria, and even assist in emergency wound care. Talk about versatility. And the best part? Vinegar doesn't expire. That's right, it's practically immortal. That jug sitting in your pantry today will work just as well 5 years or even 10 years down the road. If you're building up your stockpile, vinegar earns its place as a multi-purpose essential you'll never want to be without. When supplies run low and every item in your pantry counts, vinegar will shine as one of the most valuable tools at your disposal. If you don't already have a few jugs stashed away, now's the time, because when survival gets tough, vinegar becomes priceless. Number 12. Canned fruit. Don't skip this one. Alright, coming in at number 12 on our list is something that might sound simple, but is an absolute game changer in any survival situation. Canned fruit. Yes, we're talking about those trusty cans of peaches, pineapples, pears, or mixed fruit you'll find in stores under brands like Dole, Del Monte, or even store brands. These may seem like minor grocery items now, but they become absolute lifesavers when the going gets tough. Why is canned fruit so important? Imagine a world where fresh fruit disappears from the shelves, gone overnight. That means you're going to be missing out on crucial vitamins and minerals, especially vitamin C. And here's the thing about vitamin C, you don't get enough of it. And scurvy isn't just something you read about in history books or associate with pirates. It's real and it's nasty. Without enough vitamin C, your body starts breaking down. Think bleeding gums, a weakened immune system that can't fight off illness, and feeling weak all the time. Trust me, that's the last thing you want in a survival scenario. Canned fruit is more than just a source of nutrition, it's a morale booster. Picture this. You've been eating rice, beans, or other bland staples for days. Then you crack open that can and take a juicy bite of peaches or tangy pineapple. It's like hitting the survival lottery. That sweet, refreshing taste not only fuels your body, but also lifts your spirits. A little luxury when everything feels tough. Stock up on canned fruit now and thank yourself later. This small addition to your pantry could just be what keeps you thriving, physically and emotionally, when times get tough. Don't skip it! Number 11, apple cider vinegar. You've heard of vinegar being a pantry essential, but have you thought about apple cider vinegar? Trust me, this isn't just any vinegar. It's a near-magical must-have that every survivalist should stockpile. Whether it's Bragg's Organic or any brand you can find, get your hands on it. You'll thank yourself later. Why is apple cider vinegar a game changer? This powerhouse product is packed with natural acids, essential vitamins, and minerals that your body will be craving if fresh food supplies run low. Imagine you've got a sore throat during an emergency mix. A little apple cider vinegar with warm water and gargle for some quick relief. Or maybe you're looking to boost your immune system when everyone around you is getting sick. Take a spoonful of this liquid gold daily to keep your defenses strong. But that's just scratching the surface of its versatility. Apple cider vinegar isn't just about health benefits. It's also an all-in-one solution for cooking, food preservation, and even cleaning. You can use it to pickle fresh veggies, disinfect surfaces, or add a tangy flavor to otherwise bland survival rations. With this single product, you're saving space and increasing functionality. If you're starting to worry about shelf life, don't. Apple cider vinegar doesn't go bad ever. This means you can store it away for years and rely on it in a pinch without a second thought. Its practical uses and long-lasting nature make it the Swiss Army knife of the grocery world. Honestly, if you don't have apple cider vinegar stocked before January, you might regret it later. Number 10, coconut oil. All right, everyone, let's talk about the real MVP of survival foods, coconut oil. This is not just your average cooking ingredient. It's a survivalist's dream packed into a single jar. If you're prepping your pantry for the challenges ahead, coconut oil deserves a top spot on your list. Why? Because it's not only versatile and long-lasting, but it's also the jack-of-all trades you never knew you needed. First off, when you're shopping, make sure you grab the right kind. Organic and unrefined is the way to go. Those are the ones packing the most punch. Coconut oil goes way beyond just frying your eggs or baking your dessert. Picture this in a survival scenario. It's your go-to cooking oil, a natural moisturizer for dry, chapped skin, and yes, even a medicinal balm for those unexpected scrapes and minor cuts. Talk about a triple threat! Here's where it really shines. Unlike butter or other oils, coconut oil doesn't need refrigeration and can last for years when stored properly. That means when other pantry staples expire, this golden multitasker is still going strong. Whether you're using it to fry food, bake something comforting, or even light up a fire in an emergency, it's got your back. And here's the bonus round. Coconut oil is packed with healthy fats that not only keep you full, but provide long-lasting energy, something absolutely vital in survival scenarios. Even when every calorie counts, this stuff ensures you're thriving, not just surviving. Number 9, powdered cheese. All right, here's a game changer you didn't know you needed in your emergency food stash. Powdered cheese. Yes, you heard me right. This super versatile, shelf-stable wonder is about to become your new best friend when times get tough. Brands like Kraft, Hoosier Hill Farm, or Augustin Farms have perfected this magical ingredient, and trust me, it's a must-have. Picture this. It's the dead of winter, your fresh produce is long gone, and all that's left in your pantry are the basics like plain pasta, rice, or dried potatoes. Now, you could make those meals as is, but why settle for bland when you can take it up a notch? With a sprinkle of powdered cheese, you've just transformed those plain staples into something that actually feels indulgent. Think creamy mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, or even a quick cheese sauce, all using just a handful of this golden powder and a little water. But that's not all. Beyond its flavor boost, powdered cheese is packed with fat and calories, which, in a crisis scenario, means energy for you and your family. When the chips are down and every calorie counts, this stuff won't just keep you full, it'll keep your spirits up too. Plus the shelf life on powdered cheese? We're talking years. Yep, years. Stockpile it now, and you've got luxury in a jar that's ready whenever you need it. When everyone else is stuck eating plain grains, you'll be enjoying warm, cheesy comfort foods that keep morale high. Trust me, powdered cheese isn't just a food supply, it's a survival strategy. Don't sleep on it! Number 8, rolled oats. Picture this. You're facing a world where fresh fruits, veggies, and grains are all but gone. What's sitting in your pantry like a reliable best friend? Rolled oats. Yes, those humble oats are about to become a top-tier survival food you'll wonder how you lived without. Whether it's from brands like Quaker or Bob's Red Mill, quality rolled oats are an absolute must. They're shelf-stable for years, meaning they'll hold strong while providing you with essential nutrients when you need them most. Rolled oats are more than just breakfast food. They're a lifeline packed with fiber, vitamins, and slow-burning carbs that keep your energy steady and hunger at bay. That means no mid-morning energy crashes when you're relying on every ounce of strength to get through challenging times. And they're incredibly versatile. Mix them into hearty breakfasts like oatmeal, whip up energy-packed granola bars, bake them into survival staples like bread or cookies, or venture into savory dishes like oat risotto. The possibilities here are endless. But beyond nutrition, think about the comfort factor. A warm bowl of oatmeal on a chilly morning, or the joy of biting into an oatmeal cookie. When the going gets tough, that's the kind of morale boost no canned good can offer. Plus, they're loaded with key minerals like magnesium, manganese, and phosphorus, so you'll be taking care of your body while lifting your spirits. Trust us. When January comes, you don't want to look back and wish you had stocked up on rolled oats. Number 7, lentils. Coming in at number 7, we've got a survival superfood you need to add to your stockpile. Lentils! These tiny little powerhouses might not look like much, but don't be fooled. They're packed with protein, fiber, iron, and essential nutrients that your body will be craving when times get tough. Whether you go for big-name brands like Goya and Bob's Red Mill, or pick up an affordable store-brand option, lentils deliver massive value in a small, shelf-stable package. But what really sets lentils apart is how quick and easy they are to cook. Unlike many dried beans that require hours of soaking and simmering, lentils are ready to go in about 20-30 minutes. That means you'll be saving not just time, but precious fuel, which could be a lifesaver in an emergency. Plus, they're incredibly versatile. Think beyond basic soup. A warm, hearty lentil stew, or a nutritious batch of lentils mixed with rice can keep you full and energized for hours. And the best part? Lentils are cheap! You can stock up on pounds of them without breaking the bank. And better yet, they'll last for years if stored properly. When others are stuck with bland, empty-calorie food during a crisis, you'll be nourishing your body with one of the most efficient, nutritious foods out there. Don't underestimate the power of lentils. They're key to building a stockpile you won't regret when the new year rolls around. Number 6, canned vegetables. If you're not stockpiling canned vegetables now, you're setting yourself up for disappointment, and worse. Think about it. When a crisis hits and the shelves are cleared, fresh produce will be the first to disappear. Without it, you're opening the door to nutrient deficiencies that weaken your body and mind at a time when you'll need both at their strongest. That's why canned vegetables are so crucial. They're like little powerhouses of nutrition that will keep you going when times get tough. It doesn't matter if it's Green Giant, Del Monte, or your store's generic brand. What matters is that you grab as much as you can now. Canned green beans, peas, carrots, corn. These staples are packed with the vitamins and minerals you simply won't get from carbs like rice and pasta. They're not just filling, they're nourishing. And when your energy is low, your environment is bleak. and you need to keep fighting. These cans won't just be food, they'll be life-saving essentials. What's more, canned vegetables are incredibly versatile. Toss them into a hearty stew or soup, bake them into casseroles, or eat them straight from the can in a pinch. They store easily, they last for years, and their durability makes them one of the most valuable items you can have in an emergency. Stockpile them now while you still can. Because in tough times, canned vegetables aren't just convenience, they're survival in every bite. Number 5, cornmeal. Cornmeal might not be at the top of your list when thinking about survival foods, but I'm here to tell you, this humble ingredient is an absolute game changer. Whether it's brands like Quaker or Indian Head, good quality cornmeal is a fantastic addition to any long-term food supply. Why? Because it's not just versatile, it's essential. You might think cornmeal is only good for making cornbread, but it goes way beyond that. Pancakes, tortillas, mush, fritters. Your options are limitless with just a bit of creativity, some water, and a heat source. Variety matters when food fatigue sets in. And trust me, cornmeal brings enough flexibility to keep your meals exciting even in the toughest times. But the real magic of cornmeal lies in its practicality. It has an impressive shelf life. If stored properly, it can last for years. Plus, it's packed with carbohydrates, giving you the energy you need to tackle whatever challenges come your way. It's not just a filler food, it fuels you, keeps you satisfied, and helps you stay productive when other options are running low. Picture this, your stock of bread and rice is gone, but there's a stash of cornmeal waiting for you. With just a little effort, you can whip it into hearty, filling meals that'll keep you going strong. And the best part? Cornmeal is cheap, easy to store, and it's been a staple food for generations. If you're serious about prepping for the months ahead, make sure cornmeal is in your cart. It might just be the unsung hero of your survival pantry. Don't overlook this kitchen staple. It could be the one thing that makes a world of difference when it matters most. Number 4, dried beans. Dried beans, the unsung hero of any emergency food stash. These bad boys are a survival staple that you absolutely need to have in your pantry. Why? Because they're the ultimate combination of longevity, nutrition, and versatility. Brands like Goya, Bob's Red Mill, or even the bulk bin at your local store are all great options. It doesn't matter where you grab them from. What matters is that you stock up now before it's too late. Here's the deal. Dried beans are absolutely loaded with protein, fiber, and essential nutrients like iron and potassium. These tiny powerhouses don't require refrigeration, and when stored properly, they can last for years. That's right, years. Even better, they're lightweight and don't take up much space for the amount of nutrition they deliver. Now, I know what you're thinking, but dried beans take so long to cook. True, they do require some soaking and simmering, but think of it as an investment in your survival. When times get tough, all you'll need is water and a little patience. The payoff? A hearty, filling, and downright comforting meal. Plus, they're insanely versatile. You can toss them into soups, stews, or chili, or combine them with rice for a complete protein that will keep you going strong. Trust me on this one. Dried beans might not seem glamorous, but they are a pantry must-have. Stockpile them now and thank yourself later when food is scarce, and you're able to whip up a nourishing meal in the toughest of times. 3. Rice, the unsung hero of your stockpile. You might think rice is just too simple to make a big difference, but you'd be seriously underestimating this powerhouse staple. Brands like Mahatma, Uncle Ben's, or even bulk bags from your local store can be absolute lifesavers. When it comes to survival situations or emergency planning, rice is one of the smartest items you can stockpile. Why? First, it's incredibly budget-friendly, making it perfect for anyone trying to build a stockpile without spending a fortune. It also has an impressive shelf life. If you store it properly in a cool, dry place, rice can last for years without losing its quality. Rice is packed with carbs, which means it's an amazing source of energy. Whether you're facing long days of hard work, stressful survival conditions, or just needing a hearty meal to keep you going, rice has your back. Plus, it's one of the most versatile foods you can have in your pantry. It pairs beautifully with just about everything. Beans, canned meats, vegetables, or even a sprinkle of seasoning like bouillon cubes to create something comforting and delicious. The best part? Rice can be cooked in countless ways. You can boil it, fry it, turn it into soups, or even prepare it plain when options are limited. Regardless of the recipe, it'll always come through as a filling, reliable base for any meal. When all your other options are gone, rice is the comforting, satisfying food you'll be reaching for time and time again. Don't wait. Stock up now, because you'll regret not having this indispensable staple in your pantry when you need it most. Number 2, pasta sauce. All right, friends, the second item on our list is pasta sauce, a pantry essential you don't want to overlook. I'm talking about the classics like ragu, prego, store-brand options, or even organic varieties if those fit your style. Pasta sauce might seem basic, but when you're stretching meals or living off the pantry staples, this stuff can be a total game changer. A little goes a long way when it comes to transforming boring ingredients into something flavorful and comforting. What makes pasta sauce so amazing? First off, it's loaded with rich tomato goodness. Tomatoes are packed with vitamin C, antioxidants, and of course that signature tangy sweet flavor that's guaranteed to elevate almost any dish. And here's the thing, this isn't just for pasta. Yes, it's perfect for spaghetti nights, but it's also ridiculously versatile. Got rice? Stir in some pasta sauce and turn it into a quick tomato risotto. Craving soup? Thin it out and toss in some canned veggies for an instant meal. You can even use it as a spread on bread or crackers, or give your frozen meatballs or leftover proteins a savory makeover. And the best part? Pasta sauce is shelf-stable for ages. If you store it in a cool, dry place, jars and cans of this magic can sit in your pantry for months, just waiting to come to the rescue of your next meal. Trust me, it's the ultimate flavor booster, and it'll keep your meals exciting when options are limited. Don't sleep on pasta sauce. It'll not only keep your belly full, but also keep your taste buds happy. Stock up now, you'll thank yourself later. 1. Shelf-stable almond or soy milk. If a dairy-free alternative isn't on your emergency stockpile list yet, it really should be. Shelf-stable almond or soy milk is a game changer when it comes to planning for long-term food storage. Brands like Silk and Blue Diamond, as well as many store brand options, offer shelf-stable varieties that don't require refrigeration until opened. Imagine having a nutrient-packed drink on hand that not only lasts for months, but also caters to dietary restrictions for anyone in your household. Why is this such a crucial addition? First, it's incredibly versatile. You can mix it into recipes, pour it over cereal or oatmeal, or even drink it straight when you want something refreshing. Most of these milk alternatives are loaded with calcium and come fortified with essential nutrients like vitamin D and B12, which are notoriously difficult to get in times of food scarcity. Whether you're prepping for uncertain weather, supply chain disruptions, or just bolstering your pantry basics, this product can really help fill nutritional gaps. The best part? Its shelf life is impressive, often lasting up to a year unopened. No need to worry about it expiring quickly like traditional dairy. A few cartons of almond or soy milk can go a long way in ensuring your family maintains a balanced diet if fresh dairy becomes unavailable. Don't wait until January to realize you need this essential item in your stockpile. It's one of those small things you'll truly appreciate when times get tough. Conclusion. Preparation is the key to peace of mind, especially when facing uncertain times. By stockpiling these 30 essential grocery products, you'll be taking a proactive step toward ensuring your family's well-being and security. From versatile staples like rice and pasta sauce to nutrient-rich options like shelf-stable almond milk, these items will keep your pantry stocked with affordable, long-lasting, and practical solutions for any situation. The beauty of this list is its balance of affordability, shelf stability, and utility. Every product serves a purpose and contributes to your ability to create nutritious, comforting meals, even when resources are limited. Don't wait until supply chain issues, natural disasters, or unexpected emergencies catch you off guard. Start adding these items to your shopping list now, little by little, and you'll thank yourself later. Stocking up doesn't just guarantee full cupboards. It gives you the confidence to face any challenge that comes your way. Stay prepared, stay nourished, and stay ready for whatever lies ahead. Because these 30 products might just make all the difference.